They're tangy and flaky inside with the rolls. Hi, my name is Kyle and welcome to Wide Campus News and Entertainment. And today we're going to show you how to make this next recipe is the lemon blueberry biscuits. What we have here in a large bowl, we're going to combine 2 cups of all-purpose flour. We're going to put in 3 tablespoons of granulated sugar to sweeten up, along with 1 tablespoon of baking powder, then 1 teaspoon of kosher salt, and of course, a zest of 1 lemon. The lemon is going to get a nice flavor inside. Then we're just going to whisk around. Then we're going to cut it into the butter. We decided going to use a food processor instead of pastry blender. That works faster. If you don't want to, just use it by hands with pastry blender, it doesn't really matter. We're putting half of the flour mixture into a food processor. We're going to chop in a stick of unsalted butter, has to be cold, and just cut it into little cubes. We're going to chop the butter into the flour mixture until it resembles coarse breadcrumbs. And here we go. Alright, we're going to dump it into the remaining flour. Alright, you can go ahead to dump it back into the bowl as with the remaining flour mixture. We're going to put in 1 cup of sour cream. Stirring around with the back of the remaining flour after we just cutting in the butter. You can see all of the resembles coarse breadcrumbs, just like this one. Then you want to make a little well into the center. Then I'm going to add in a little liquid. And we'd like to put in 2 tablespoons of lemon juice has been freshly squeezed. And don't forget to add some blueberries. We just soak the blueberries into a really hot boiling water. And we let it submerge until it's nice and cool. And we measure only 1 cup of Highbush Dried Blueberries. Then I'm going to stir this around until you get a nice soft dough. We're going to use the one with a rubber spatula. And you can see the dough is almost getting turned into a nice, how colorful of the blueberries. So the dried blueberries is easy to cut it instead of fresh blueberries. And look at all those blueberries. It turns really bright purple. Alright, this is a really nice sticky dough. We switch it from the rubber spatula to the clean hands. We wash our hands thoroughly. We're going to knead the dough onto the flour surface. Alright, let's go to take the dough and we're going to knead it. You want to keep adding more flour to get a nice soft dough because it doesn't prevent from stickiness. You see, if they're sticky, add more flour. Alright, we just need only 50 times, 50. Then you want to take out your rolling pin. You're going to roll it flatly for about a ½ inch. You can see the blueberries turns purple inside the dough. After we knead it over, just a couple of times or so, adding more flour doesn't prevent from sticky. So I'm going to check the dough are flattened. You can use the ruler, or you can also use a yardsticks. Alright, we finished rolling it, we're going to cut it into these. A really nice plastic circle cutter. We're going to use only 3 inches, and we're going to use this flower shape. You can cut the dough after you just roll it. And I'm going to place it onto the cookie sheet has been lined with parchment paper, or in this case, we're going to use a silicone mat. Or you can also use a silpad. It is completely up to you. And we love to use a plastic circle cutter. It's really easy to cut it onto the kneading mat instead of using the metal one. We're going to see how many biscuits that we just made. Now, if this blueberries just fall apart, you can go ahead to stick it back into the dough and re-knead it. So first we cut it into 8, then we're going to re-roll it. Alright, we finished cutting the dough. We just made only about 18. It depends how many biscuits do you want to make it for. You can put like 9, 10, 11, or even 12. We're going to pop this in the oven for 450 degrees Fahrenheit. Then we're going to bake it for 15 minutes. Watch it carefully and keep an eye on it in the oven. There we go. After it's just baked for 15 minutes at 450 degrees Fahrenheit, we just took it out of the oven. Going to put it on a cooling rack. Going to let them cool while it's still hot. While we're waiting for the biscuit to cool down, we're going to make a glaze. And we're going to show you how the biscuit looks. Look how colorful inside, and the top is very nice and golden brown. As we said, we just counted only 18. Once we cool down, we're going to make a glaze. What we have to the medium-sized bowl, we're going to combine 1 cup of conventional sugar. You can use powdered sugar also. Then we're going to put a tablespoon of lemon juice at a time. Then we're going to stir it around until you get a nice glossy glaze. We use about only 3. You're going to stir this around with a spoon. Alright, you can drizzle the glaze right on top of the biscuits, and you can smell the lemon inside while we stir it onto the glaze. Right, that was good. Once you stir it around, you're going to drizzle it onto the warm biscuit. You're going to drizzle all the way. Just give it nice and shine. Alright, this is pretty great. And here you go, you have it finished. Lemon blueberry biscuits. If you're interested for more recipes, write down comments below. We are always for sharings. Always remember to smash thumbs up. As always, hope you guys enjoy. Did you enjoy this video? Let us know in the comments what you think about this. Check out these other recipes from In the Kitchen with Wide Campus on this playlist. Then be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified for our latest videos.